There is no one size fits all to getting a mining job. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and we are continuing on in our series for people doing their research into getting a mining job. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how people think that there's a one size fits all, so they can just produce one resume or get one group of qualifications and then apply for all the jobs that are in mining. So we're just going to explore how that doesn't really work like that, and that there's no one size fits all. So to do that, we're going to come over to the sponsors training, and in their new starters column all the way down the bottom here, we have a page called mining resumes before and after. And on that page, we've got a fictitious resume for Joe Boggs for before and after, and you'll also see some of the videos that I've done on resumes before explaining what's going on with resumes. But the reason that I'm using resumes as an example for this one size fits all is because it shows you what you need for a resume, or what people expect for a resume for coal, and then it shows you what a expected resume is for a hard rock underground job. Now, this was a real resume and we changed it for this guy, and the deal was that we'd do it for nothing, and then we'd get to use his resume as an example. But as you know, we've changed all the locations and the names and all that sort of stuff to protect the innocent. So don't go copying these resumes, because as you go through, you'll see some of the people, some of the names, and hopefully you'll get a bit of a chuckle out of it. But this is your typical resume if you're trying to get a shutdown job or you're trying to get into coal in Queensland. It's full of the tickets that they can use, and it's got stuff in it and the way that they want it set out. So this is what you'd do if you wanted to get a shutdown job or you wanted to get into coal in Queensland. Not that there are a lot of jobs around in that situation and that area. So see how I've said that they've changed everything? So one of his references is Phil McCracken. So yeah, he used to be a really good late 90s rugby league player in Queensland, Phil McCracken. Yeah, know him well. So just have a look through. You can have a look through these PDFs on the website, and like I said, he ended up paying somebody more than $300 to do this for him, and it didn't really work for him because he wasn't really trying to get a job in coal. He was more looking at surface jobs, and it just really didn't help him at all. So he did the sponsors training, so the DIY package, the intro to underground mining, and then we made these changes to his resume, and you can see there's the training there, and it just flows a lot better, and you can see how it's completely different. And so if you end up sending your resume into a hard rock job and your resume looks like this, full of tickets, equipment tickets, and we're going to talk about tickets in a later video, but tickets that the employers can't use, then chances are it's going to go straight in the bin. And this is what I mean about doing your research and not having a one size fits all. It's all right applying for all areas of the industry, but if you're going to do that, you're probably going to need 2, maybe 3 resumes to do that, and really target those areas of the industry with what they got. There's no point coming at a hard rock job with a bunch of tickets, like I said, that they can't use. And it's the same thing. If you're going for a coal mining job in Queensland, then this isn't the appropriate resume either. But if you're going for a hard rock job anywhere in Australia, this is the type of resume that you want to produce. Now, if you want help producing your resume, then the lovely ladies over at Win-Win can help you with that. If you need help, they can put something really good together for you, and very specific to the area of the industry that you're going to try and get into. So they'll ask you a bunch of questions. But I just wanted to use resumes just to illustrate how there's no one size fits all to getting into this industry. You need to target whichever area of the industry that you want to get into very specifically, and do what you need to do to get into that area. And each area that you move on to, if you give up on coal and you want to go to hard rock, then most of the stuff that you've done to try and get into coal, I'm sorry, but you probably burnt that money. And if you just keep trying to use that resume that you got made up for a coal mining job to try and get into a hard rock job, it's just probably going to feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, because you're probably not going to have any luck with it, unfortunately. So I hope that information helps, and there's still time to send questions through if you want answered about doing research into getting into the mining industry. So if you've got any questions about that for this series that we're currently doing, please send them through. If you could share this video around, and if you could like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.